I'm starting my 8th year here this summer, and I think mental health is a growing issue. The sheer volume of cases that we're seeing and the severity of those cases, it's really hard.
We do definitely see general themes with student athletes as well. They have a lot of shared experiences and a lot of experiences that our general student population don't really have to navigate. The identity of a student athlete is something that is at the forefront for a lot of clients that I see.
I definitely think there's a lot of pressure. You're not only physically tough, but mentally tough, especially on the field. Not letting the outside pressures of what's going on in your life, just focusing on the game.
I think mental health really plays a big part in high school. You start building relationships with coaches, teammates, other players. It becomes really important to talk about, and it's unnoticed.
The whole athletic staff in general does a really good job of being kind of that open door policy.
Our training staff, any of our athletic staff, any of the coaches I feel are very available to go talk to.
I think a holistic approach is very important, especially for our student athletes who have so much going on at any given time, right? It's really helpful to have a lot of people in your corner and to feel supported. The addition of my role in athletics, I think, has been huge to have somebody who's in-house and accessible.
And Noella being in this building, I think, is a huge benefit for our students who might not be comfortable seeking outside resources.
She's very personable. She coaches dance teams, so she has that kind of coach mentality, so that's really cool.
I think our student athletes are so fun to work with. They really are engaged in treatment, which is awesome to see.
I think our men's lacrosse team, we have a lot of great role models who are involved in speaking out about mental health and through Morgan's Message.
I've been a part of Morgan's Message for about a year now. It started in my junior year. Morgan's Message has a ton of programs.
Morgan's Message, since it's been introduced, has been a really good outlet for student athletes.
Our mission is to also start to destigmatize those discussions about mental health. To have that at the forefront of a game, even if somebody is what's Morgan's Message, right? That's a conversation starter in and of itself.
The student athletes who are really running that are phenomenal.
We're really trying to get the word out and get people more involved and try to have meetings so we can just talk about the issues instead of people feeling like they're just enclosed in their own teams, having people from other teams being able to talk to one another.
Even for our student athletes who maybe aren't involved in Morgan's Message, I think to even know that that's a place that they could go if and when they're ready to have the conversation is super important.
We have these really awesome, brave student athletes who are willing to share their stories to help encourage other teammates. I think is a great thing to see.
From my freshman year now, it's an amazing change, with Morgan's Message especially. I felt a lot more comfortable being able to talk about my story and being able to share that with others.
I think having the conversation with someone saying, hey, it's okay to have this conversation. You can be strong and open up with your feelings. It's okay to be emotional. It's okay to be vulnerable.
Even on social media, being able to say, oh, you're not alone. I've also been through this. Just one person say, sharing your story really helped me. That's really powerful to me.
Coaches specifically have such an ability to impact their players and the culture of their team and what's important and talked about on their team. That presents us with a training opportunity for coaches and for everybody on staff too, to know how to facilitate those conversations, to know how to engage in those conversations.
I think the school is taking amazing steps as far as giving us resources, and I think a lot of us have done a good job exercising those resources.
We have in the past ran an injured student athlete support group, and so that's something that we're hoping to bring back. Also hoping to create any more programming based on the need that our student athletes are kind of communicating to us.
I think as long as across the board our student athletes feel like there's someone they can go talk to, I think we're doing our job.
In this position, there's some room to create programming and to create just a lot of things that I maybe wouldn't have the opportunity to otherwise. I hope in the future that we can expand my department. We'll have a lot of people who are able to provide support to student athletes and maybe do some more specialized work or do even more group programming. We want to do better by our student athletes. We want to be the best that we can be for them, create the best environment. Now we just need to talk about how we can do that.